What's going on out there, good people? This is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Coming at you again today with another wonderful day in the market. Today, Tuesday, 2 2 and 2 February 22nd, 22. Sure you've seen all of the memes and whatnot all over the internet today on this wonderful day. We did have a nice green day in the market. Took two trades. We were in and out like snipers today. I had two stocks on my watch list along with the SPY and the Q, which stays on my watch list. And we traded both stocks that were on the list, of course, trading options, and was a productive day. Made our target, and we sat on the sidelines and watched the rest of the day. So we will just bring up Trader View and get right started. Looking at the numbers, and then we'll look at the charts, and then we will go on about our merry way. So as we see here, we did just take the two trades today. Had a closed P&L of $110. First trade that we took was HD, Home Depot. We had this stock on the list to go lower, so we played puts on it. And we just purchased one put. And that put made us $60 in what, 13 minutes? If we had bought the two puts, we would have doubled that price. And that's the beauty about this strategy and about options. So as we increase our risk level, we just go ahead and increase our purchase. Don't change nothing in the way that we trading. We just increase the number of contracts that we're buying. And we had AMD on the watch list to go higher, so we purchased calls. And this one here, we were in the market 13 minutes on, and we hit our target. The one that I do want to look at, we're going to go back and look at Home Depot real quick, and then we'll pull the charts up. And I want to do this for one reason, because Home Depot continued to grind lower today. So if we look, we purchased that one contract for $580, because the number that's shown for contracts is $5.80. You multiply that by 100, that gives you the price of the contract that you need to pay. We sold the contract for $640. $6.40 times 100. So let's keep those numbers in our head, because like I say, I do know that HD continued to grind lower today. So we'll look and see exactly how low it grinded. So let's go ahead and pull up our charts. And I'm back. Actually sporting my repping my hometown and repping my state today. Repping Cali. And if you're from the Bay Area, you know about AC Transit. That's one of the old buses there, and that's showing the L, which was in Richmond. So repping the city today. And you'll hear people from the Bay Area. They call Oakland the town, and they call San Francisco the city. People be like, why is that? It's just what we do. But let's go ahead and get charts pulled up for Home Depot and see what, wow, look at that thing there. That's the thing of beauty. I'm over here looking at the daily chart if you were wondering. But we were playing HD to go lower today. Did not know it was going to do that. But we were just playing it to break out of this area and drop. And we see that is exactly what it did. When it dropped, it dropped. And we didn't get all of that money. But again, we saw what we paid for the contract. We saw what we sold it for. But this was the contract we were in. HD, March 18th, 2022. It was a put for $310 strike price. I pay no mind to the strike price. I pay mind to the delta. That's what I pay attention to when I'm figuring out what contract I want to get in. The delta and the spread. And I'll take the trade if I think the spread is worthy when it's that high. This one today I felt was worthy. At the time that I took the trade, this spread was actually 50 cents. If you've watched my previous videos, you know that I stay away from contracts with a spread that high. That's basically saying I can catch $50 in slippage trying to get out of that trade. But this trade, or this particular stock, the setup was just that good to where I was like, I'll risk that spread if I can catch it on a nice move. But we paid $5.80 for that contract. We sold the contract for $6.40. Market closed. That contract was trading at $9.62. So we'll put that into actual money. We paid $580. We sold it for $640. So we made $60. It closed at $962. Almost $400 over what we paid on one contract. In a previous video, I stated my trading plan does not say that I'm a buy and hold to end the day. But for those people that buy and hold for the end of the day, they made $400, depending on where they got in this trade at. They had the ability to make $400 on one contract, almost double the money. But let's go ahead and get reviewing our trade for the day. So this one here, we got in it at 9:57 and we got out at 10:10. So let's take a look and see what we were looking at. So if we come look at the 2-minute chart, which is what I like to use. Some people like to trade off the 1 minute. Some people like the 5. I like the 2, and I'll look at the 5. When I'm actually trading, I have the 2 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, and the daily all on my screen where I'm looking at to get in and out of a trade. But on the 2 minute, we see it came down, had a nice pullback right to the VWAP. We like to see that if we're going to go low. We want to see it come back to VWAP and fail. And that's what this thing did. Came to VWAP, failed. Had some orders in, trying to catch it right up in here, but finally got filled. And as we see, this thing just moved right on down. And we got out as it was kind of flatlining. I thought it would be pulling back up, so I got out at a good spot. And like I said, made $60. 2 contracts, we would have made $120. 4 contracts, we would have made $320. So it's all set to how you scaling in. So if you increase your risk level, then you just increase the number of contracts you buy. You don't change nothing in the way you're trading. You just change the number of contracts that you're buying. But that was a good trade. And like I said, if we look and see what this thing did, this here would have been another excellent entry right there. May have gotten triggered in here, but I would have wanted to wait to see this get up a little closer there. So this would have been the optimum entry right there. And around this time is usually when I'll start kind of switching over to the 5 minute. And if we look, that would have been the entry right there on the 5 minute. You have to wait a little while longer than on the 2 minute, but the 5 minutes just gives you solid confirmation. So if we see this came down, look at this smooth pullback. That was an excellent pullback, and you enter when this candle breaks the previous candle, which it did right there. Stop would have been right here. If you wanted to give it a little extra wiggle room, you could put it up there. But we see this thing drop right there at 326. And on the 5 minute, it never looked back. It never looked back. Just a smooth decline. Just a smooth decline. So HD probably paid quite a few people going to the short side and people playing puts today. But as I always say, I got what I wanted out of the trade. And I'm good with that. I made my goal for the day, and I did not want to give profits back. But if we look at the 5 minute, we see just how good of a trade that would have been right there. And you see on the 5 minute how smooth it is. And let's look at the 2 minute. We see a little bit of pullbacks in there, a little bit of noise that the 5 minute takes out. 5 minute takes all of that noise out of it, and you just see how smooth it actually traded out. So that was our first trade. And then our last trade was AMD. And AMD, we took this trade at 10:04. And this one, AMD just shot off like a rocket today. 10:04. So we took this trade right here, and we got out of this trade at 10:17. So we got out right there. Left money on the table, but is what it is what it is. And again, if you look at the 5 minute just smooths everything out as the day progresses. I know people that'll use the 1 minute all day, and the 1 minute just starts getting a lot of noise in it. You'll start seeing buy setups and other patterns, but it's just so jerky. It's not really smoothed out. So that's why I prefer the 2 and the 5. And like I said, the 5 as the day goes on. So when I come back in the afternoons, I'm usually using the 5 minute to get in and out of trades. But we got in this one right here. As we can see, AMD made a nice move off the open. It came back, tested the VWAP, and we got in just as it broke it. Stop would have been right here, but kind of let this one play out as this bottoming tail was forming. As this bottoming tail was forming, it's like buyers are stepping back in this thing. Buyers are stepping back in this thing right here. Let's see what it does. Now, it could have came up and rolled back over, and then we would have got out of it. We would have just went on and stopped out. Or it could have came down and kept going, and we would have taken a larger loss than we needed to. But we see that this thing left this nice bottoming tail, and then it just ripped and kept going. And we got out right here, making our $50. Made our 2R. Basically getting out as it was coming back up to the high of the day. And we see that it acted as a little resistance. That's why it left this top and tail. And then the buyers just stepped right on back in and kept it moving. Again, left a little bit of money. Set high a day, not too much later. What's that, 6 minutes later? It was setting high a day. And then it just rolled on over the rest of the day. And then look at that top and tail that it left on the 5 minute. So on the 2 minute, not really impressive. You just got a nice red candle. Not even really a top and tail, because you still got a little bottom tail sticking out of the bottom of it. But when you look at the 5 minute, that is a nice top and tail, and it's nice volume. Wasn't quite high of the day volume. That candle there surely was high day, but that was the tallest red candle of the day. And then you see volume fell off the rest of the day. Volume never peaked over that candle. So fairly solid entry here. That was a buy setup. Came up, pulled back. Would have stopped out had we left a hard stop in the system. Definitely would have stopped out. But this one I was watching as it played out. And like I said, as it was kind of grinding down, and this tail, because it snapped down real quick, and then buyer stepped right back in. Started pushing it back up. Once it got above VWAP and held, we just in it till we get what we want out of the trade. And that's exactly what we did. And those were our 2 trades for the day. Just like a sniper, in and out. Market opened at 9:30. Took our last trade at 10:17. It's not bad money, $110 in less than an hour. Where can you go make $110 an hour with no formal education and less than 1 year on the job? It would be hard pressed for you to show me a job that you can do that on. And people will make the comment, $100, that's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money for stock trading. I know stock traders that's out there making $2,000-$3,000 a day. I know stock traders making 20, 30. Okay. How long have they been trading? When they take a loss, those losses I'm sure are going to be just as big as those wins most of the time. But most important question is, how long have they been trading? I myself, March, April will be 1 year that I have been formally trading on a regular basis. I had done some minor trading years past, but back then I had no clue what a stop loss was. I had no clue what a moving average was. Had no clue what VWAP was. So I officially will say that I started trading mid-March. Started actually studying a strategy, which is the professional trading strategy. That's what I use as far as patterns, because you have people that say they're momentum traders. The professional trading strategy, their strategy is more pattern based. So you're looking for patterns. You're looking for buy setups. You're looking for 3-bar plays, breakouts. So you're looking for patterns as opposed to trying to catch momentum. And that's why I'm not hard pressed really to trade off the open so much, because I'll find patterns 10, 11 o'clock. I can come back in the afternoon. This here, if you look at that there, that's a nice breakout as it's breaking that level right there. So that's the strategy that I use. And then I just kind of change it up and I trade options instead of trading stocks. with this particular account. Now I still trade stocks just in another account. So like today, I did take a trade on INDO. We'll take a look at it real quick before I shut this one down. But as you can see, this thing made a huge move from $4.82 today up to $8.90. 100%. Just about 100%. And we caught some of this today. We caught some of this today on a nice little trade. Where were we at on this one? Right around up in here. Playing this breakout right here. No, it wasn't up in there because we paid $7.24 is what we paid. Where the heck would that head be? Is the right stock? Yeah, it's right stock. We paid $7.24 for it, and I know I got out at $7.75 because I got stopped out. I had moved my, okay, so it had to been back over up in here. Right up in this area right here, playing this breakout. Like I said, this was a stock play. Took 100 shares at $7.24, or I'm sorry, $7.34 is where I got in at. And that was right up in here. Yep. Look, if you look over there, right here on, and actually you can't see me pointing, but if you look to the right of that chart, you'll see $7.34 right at the breakout. Got in at $7.34. Made a nice move. We moved our stop up to $7.75. Trying to play it up to $9, and it stopped us out. So we made $75 on that trade on 100 shares, and that was a stock trade. And like I said, that was traded in my other account. So with professional trading strategies, it works whether you trade in stocks, whether you trade in options, whether you trade on a 2-minute chart, whether you trade on a 5-minute chart, whether you trade on the daily chart. If you find that pattern and it meets your trading criteria, so like with this one here, I was getting in as it broke this area with my stop at the bottom of this area right here. So had this roll back over, stop me out, I just would have took a loss. Just would have took that loss. And I want to say that was about a 35-cent stop was from here to there. So on 100 shares, I would have lost $35 had this trade not worked. As it was, I made $75 and left money on the table. Because had I not moved my stop up and left it down here, possibly could have got out here in the 850 area. But again, I have in my mind what I want to make on my trades, and I try to limit my risk and my liability. So once this thing was in the money to the good 75 cents that I was making on it, we were good. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you hadn't already, hit that like button. I definitely would appreciate it. It doesn't cost you a thing. If you're not subscribed, I would love to have you on board. I try to get these videos posted every day that I am trading. That way I can get it reviewed while it's still somewhat fresh on my mind. So like this one here, I knew where I got in the trade. I just had to find it. And it was right there. And was a good solid trade. And that was it. So go ahead and wrap this one up. Hope to see you in the market tomorrow making money. Like I say, I always sit in Relentless Trader. If you're on YouTube, check out Relentless Trader. I normally sit in his chat room. So hope to see you in there in the morning. and I will holla. Peace.